shouldn't have to fight through your food. Oh, this is repugnant. Oh, it's repugnant. Hey, not bad. Only Blondie gets to see.
He should only show that to his mom.
I'm
Bobby Mother.
Bobby
I'm
Mother.
Bobby Mother. Do that accent one more time.
Oh, I do this for you, my mommy. We going to be sous vide.
Welcome to the So You Wanna Get Fat podcast. I'm your host, not your typical chef, Brian Tsao. And today with me, ladies and gentlemen, well, my best friend. My best friend in the whole entire world.
Oh, Eric Andre's here?
Frenchy!
Hello.
Frenchy,
Yes,
it's good to see you.
always good to see me.
Today on the meat and potatoes of today's episode, we're going to watch Max Miller, the history
Max
of...
Miller, my favorite
Yes,
ginger.
Yes. Wonderful eyebrows, extremely well groomed, and he today is going to show us the history of gumbo.
Oh, no, he's not my favorite
in
ginger.
New Orleans. He's not your favorite. Who's your favorite?
No, my favorite ginger is Bobby Lee's friend.
Oh, Andrew Santino.
Yeah,
Andrew
I
Santino.
love Andrew Santino. But his,
I'm Bobby Mom.
but he does it with the cross eye. I'm Bobby Mom. He does the eye and everything.
Wait. What? There's another part to that. I can't remember right now, but
Well, he just says the same thing over.
yeah.
But I don't know if he dyes it because it's really ginger. Like it's
No, I think
orange.
that's him. Like I think it's natural.
He's
I'm
my
Bobby Mom.
I'm Bobby Mom. He's my favorite ginger.
He's awesome.
Bobby
Shout
Lee.
out Andrew Santino.
Bobby Lee is not my favorite Asian.
He's not my favorite Asian either. He's
a poor representation of.
He is a very poor representation of all Asians. You're absolutely right. Who's that dude? The NVIDIA guy. NVIDIA dude. Yeah, that's
There you go.
Yeah, that's a representation of Asians right there.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a good one.
Yes, and he still has a fucking full head of hair.
Yeah. And it's styled.
Yeah, it's styled. He's got he wears a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee's like schleppy looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope
He
we
look-
get noticed.
Yeah.
We're shitting on Bobby Lee.
He looks like he just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically did.
Yeah.
He's always late for the show.
Right. Yes.
He's always running late.
Insecure. Right.
But
He's
for
like-
such an insecure guy, he was always showing his penis.
You're right. Yeah. Always
Because
getting naked.
that's the last thing I want to show people. Only Blondie gets to see.
He should only show that to his mom. I'm Bobby
Bobby-
Mother.
Bobby
I'm
Mom.
Bobby Mom.
when Santino did that,
Yeah.
holy, I showed it to Blondie, knowing exactly that she would just would not be able to. She loves accents. You know
Yeah.
this.
Yes. She does some good accents.
Well, she does the Russian.
Russian. She does a great Russian accent.
Yeah. English. She does a great
She
British.
does. Yes, she does.
Like she
great
does a
British.
royal English.
Yes. Yeah.
I gotta get her to do a Cockney.
Yeah. Hey, listen. When I call her and she picks up the phone, she goes, "Brian Tsao."
What?
Yeah.
She what?
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
He just goes, "Brian Tsao." Says my last name twice. He says Tsao. But you know what's so?
How long have you guys been doing that?
No, I mean just like once in a blue moon. If I
Brian Tsao.
Yeah, Brian Tsao.
Oh, I gotta do that.
But you want to hear something funny? The singer in my band,
Uh-huh.
when I called him today because I was getting a little sleepy on the way to work, so I called him to help me stay awake.
Mhm.
He picked up the phone and he went, "Brian, meow meow."
Yeah.
Yeah, meow meow. I'm like, meow meow. What the fuck is meow meow? And I immediately thought of Blondie.
Well, Meow Meow makes me think of Hello Kitty.
Yeah, me too.
Is Hello Kitty
Japanese.
Japanese?
The Japanese. That's a Marcel accent.
Yeah, that's a
Good
Marcel
save,
accent.
Good save. Yes. Shout outs.
Shout outs.
Where are we filming from?
340 West 46th Street, New
In the
York, New
heart
York.
of New York City.
The zip code is 10036 for more goodies. Big guys, you've been doing good. I gotta
If you
say.
guys are wondering why both Frenchy and I are so fucking hopped up, we filmed this episode directly after the last episode. And the last episode, we ate a shit ton of fucking Toblerone provided by the wonderful Chaos Kitchen, Tim, and a lady by the name of Brian from
I think that's a mistake.
the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Okay, we are hopped up on sugar right now.
Mississippi Queen.
Yeah, I'm still. My stomach's also a little queasy right now. Yeah, it's just way too much.
I'm doing pork rind, chocolate, pork rind, chocolate.
We're eating like fucking elementary school kids right now. Hey everyone, my band Lost Becomes is hitting the road and I'd love to see you at the show. March 18th, Richmond, Virginia at Banditos. March 19th, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Milestone Club. March 20th, Belpre, Ohio, Bennett's Tax Office. And March 21st, Erie, Pennsylvania, the Bunker at Lavery's. Come meet me in person, watch some killer heavy metal, and I'll see you on the road. Oh man. All right, check us out on Spotify. Visit my restaurant, Mission Sandwich Social. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you go to Max Miller's original video and give that a thumbs up. And
get yourself on Blondie's email list for the
Go to the Rivage website and a pop-up will come up. Get on the email list. And you'll be informed of the next supper club. Because when the supper clubs go away.
Or just email supper club to info@larivagnyc.com.
And then you
get on her radar.
Yes. And then
you want to get on her radar.
Yes, you want to get on her radar.
Because she's very selective about her email list.
Yes.
She picks and chooses.
She's all about the email list. And then you have to make sure in the body of the video of the
podcast
email.
Oh, yes.
You mentioned I am a fan of Frenchy and Brian Sao.
So you want to get fat, people.
All right, headphones on.
No Cao Cao.
Cao Cao.
Cao Cao.
Cao Cao.
Cao Cao, but no Cao Cao. Cao Cao, but no Cao Cao.
Okay, let's watch the history of Gumbo.
Yeah. Oh, Gumbo.
Gumbo in New Orleans.
I love Gumbo.
No, they say New Orleans, right? Nolans, yeah.
I say Nouvelle Orleans.
I'm hard now.
Yeah.
The way you said that, Jesus Christ.
Mind always goes to one of my favorite food cities, New Orleans. Beignets, jambalaya, and gumbo. A rich, thick, and savory dish.
We need to go back to fucking New Orleans.
Yeah.
I've never missed a city, but New Orleans, yes.
Yeah. I've never been.
New Orleans, Barcelona.
There's a metal scene there, like a dope metal scene.
There's a metal scene everywhere.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. But
is there a metal scene in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a metal scene in Russia?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a metal scene in France?
Mm-hmm.
Spain?
Mm-hmm.
South America?
Probably. Yes.
Everywhere.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Yo, fuck. Yeah, what?
George. George.
Yes.
His son. Heavy metal. Playing the fucking guitar, ripping it.
Oh, yeah?
13 years old.
Hell
and
yeah.
I was like.
That's when I started. Yep.
And I was like, fuck.
Hell
good.
Yeah. Good.
I asked him, he showed me the video. I says, well, you got to ask him and you got to get permission.
Yeah.
We posting this shit.
Okay. Sure.
It was good.
Anything to spread the gospel that is the metals. Okay.
No, but he's good.
I don't doubt it.
Okay.
That is the embodiment of many of the cultures that have populated that city. Native Americans to Africans, French, Spanish, Acadians, and a whole lot more.
And why is that? Because it's a port city. Port cities are like that.
I am going way back to make one of the earliest New Orleans gumbo recipes from La Cuisine Creole, published in 1885. So thank you to Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video as I cook up a historic pot of gumbo. This time on Tasting History.
Wait. La Cuisine Creole?
Yeah.
So the recipe that I chose to cook today comes from...
You could get me that for my birthday.
Okay.
First cookbook which focused on New Orleans cuisine. It was published in 1885 and it's called La Cuisine Creole. Now the book actually includes 9 versions of gumbo, which is spelled gombo, so I just chose the one that sounded most delicious to me. Gombo with crabs or shrimp. To a pound of beef, add half a pound knuckle of ham, chop up both in inch pieces and fry them brown in 2 tablespoons of boiling lard. Add to them 4 large crabs cut up, or a pound of peeled shrimps, or both if desired.
Both.
Cut into this 4 dozen small okra pods, 1 large onion, a little red pepper, and salt to taste. Let all simmer on a slow fire for about 20 minutes, then fill up with warm water, enough to cover the contents 2 inches deep. Let this boil.
Okay. Let all simmer on a slow fire for about 20 minutes, then fill up with warm water. Okay. I'm not too sure about that step.
For 2 hours. If it becomes too thick, add
2 hours. Okay. The seafood, I'm not too sure about.
Yeah.
I would not do that early. I would have put in the shrimp or the crab at like the last, literally maybe 20, at most
It's gonna
20
be
minutes.
mushy.
It's gonna be
I
mushy.
guarantee you that gumbo gonna be mushy.
I'm Bobby Bob.
Oh. Wait, it's okay to do a Creole accent.
Doesn't matter.
Don't forget, they be French. They be French.
I can do an
They're
Asian
Creole.
accent.
They probably the Francais down in the
Jesus, Brian, you're
bayou.
really good at that.
I know, because I know how to speak to my people.
Oh, okay.
Hey, where you going? Hey, come on. Hey, get over here.
Wait. Show everybody those fucking earmuffs.
Come sit on daddy's lap. Come sit on daddy's lap. Ooh, baby.
It's cold out. I need to protect my ears.
Well, darling, they're lovely.
Milan, darling, Milan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sit.
All right.
All right. Well, we were supposed to have a Blondie clips today. We didn't get to it in time, but
Damn.
we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
You're coming back
happen.
on. It's
All
going.
right.
It's gonna happen.
All right.
You give me a kiss?
Hey, Blondie.
We're
I'm Bobby
together.
Mom.
I'm Bobby Mom.
What?
Oh.
I was going to say we're together.
Yes, that too.
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters.
See, she's
Okay.
sticking to the script.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Quick timeout. I want to shout out my best friend Frenchy's restaurant, Rivage, located literally right downstairs from this studio. It's a classic French bistro in the heart of New York City, doing things the right way. Real technique, serious sauces, and zero nonsense. If you want proper French food without the snooty attitude, this is your place. Go eat here, order something you can't pronounce, drink a glass of wine, and tell them Chef Brian South sent you. They may send you a little something extra for being a fan. More information in the description below.
as much water as required. If preferred, a chicken can be used instead of the beef. So this recipe includes what many people consider to be a key ingredient of gumbo, and that is okra, though not all gumbo recipes actually do include okra. Now, besides adding a flavor, it is also going to be a thickening agent. And what's cool about this cookbook is it seems to be the first that includes all three main thickening agents of gumbo. So the first method is the okra, and okra is a pod that grows in the mallow family, as in the group of plants that marshmallows were originally made of. Okra first grew in East Africa and was one of the key foods of the people of Central and West Africa. And during the Atlantic slave trade, it was brought to the Americas, where it was growing in Brazil by the 1650s and as far north as Philadelphia by the 1740s. In the Caribbean and the American South, it remained a staple crop used by the enslaved people, which is how it entered into gumbo. In fact, many people believe that that is actually where the word gumbo comes from, but more on that later. Now, okra was one of those foods that is much maligned.
You know, I've always liked Max Miller. This show really fucking kicks ass.
I love the history part.
The history
I love the history
interlaced
part.
with the cooking. Holy shit.
I just don't want to have to correct him.
And that is because when you cut it open, it is filled with this sticky, viscous substance called mucilage, or mucilage. And it can make both the okra and the actual gumbo itself rather slimy. But if it is cooked properly, then it doesn't make it slimy, but simply thickens it. Now, the second method of thickening is called
it's
filet.
the same way that, cornstarch will give you that slimy texture on its own.
Right.
You know, it's the same principle.
Yeah, I agree.
Or dried ground sassafras leaves. This
Sassafras.
also both enhances the flavor and the texture, and was originally used by the Choctaw Native Americans of the region.
I've never worked with that. Have you?
No.
To thicken their own soups.
And I've never worked
and
with
when the
okra.
French arrived in the 18th century...
Oh, really? How about you've made okra at home or anything? No. Oh, no? Wifey cooks with it semi-regularly.
Yeah?
When she makes a lot of stews and soups at home, and she'll throw okra in there.
They called it filet, which means ropey or filament-like. And
Filet.
this is the more popular thickening agent for the Acadian style or Cajun style of gumbo.
Les
Now,
Acadiens,
there
I
are
guarantee.
two main styles. There's the Creole style and the Cajun style. And there is a lot of overlap between the two. And
But they are not the
really,
same.
The type
They're not the same. Because the Creole is more like the black, the Indians,
Mhm.
and then in Acadien, it's like the French, like all these French settlers that came in and they got lost in the jungle and they couldn't pull themselves out.
Type of cuisine and the people themselves, it's very, very complicated how they are different and how they are
Yes.
alike. So this is a super simplification. When it comes to their cuisine,
New
you can
Orleans
think
history
of
is
Creole.
Fascinating.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
No place like it anywhere else.
No.
Yeah.
Because New Orleans existed before the United States.
Right. Yes. Because of the French settlers,
Yeah.
right? Like the rather the New Orleans that we know today, a version of that already existed before the United
Yes.
States was formed. Right.
As kind of being New Orleans centric, and Acadian, or later Cajun, currently it's Cajun, being more rural and outside of the city. Again,
Literally,
super
you're
simplification.
If you
but
think
there
about,
is
if you think about it,
Yeah.
like when France controlled, don't forget they controlled all of Mexico, all of the United States over the Mississippi, and all of Canada.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like,
Yes,
it was
It was huge. Yes, you're right.
huge.
What was it? The Louisiana Purchase
Yeah.
by Thomas Jefferson
Yeah.
was what? Yeah.
Napoleon, Napoleon had no clue like how much he was giving up, and he still wasted that money against the Russians.
that. And there's a lot of overlap, like the third thickening agent, and that is flour. They both use it very often. Now, sometimes this
So
flour
you
is
have
added
okra,
in a
filet,
form
and flour.
called roux, which is fat and flour
Yep.
mixed together and then cooked for a long time. And the Cajuns, they
Okra,
like to
filet,
cook theirs
flour,
for so
off.
long that it becomes a really, really dark chocolatey brown, sometimes almost black. Whereas the Creole style of roux is more of a light brown, kind of they often say like a peanut butter color. Now in older recipes, the Creole style doesn't call for roux at all, but calls for browned flour. And this recipe that I'm making today does not call for an actual roux, though the cookbook does include a recipe that does use roux.
Does he blink?
But it does say
Look where I stopped. He's looking into our souls right now, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, you gotta blink.
that all gumbo should be thickened with a little flour, browned if preferred. So I'm going to make some browned flour, which will not only thicken and color the soup, but will also give it a lot of flavor. As far as the word soup goes, many people will tell you that gumbo is not a soup, but a stew, and others will say it's neither, it is gumbo. Gumbo is gumbo. And if that makes you happy, then by all means. But historically, it was always considered a soup, at least when written about in different cookbooks from the 19th century, even as far back as the 18th century.
You can
this
eat it with a
cookbook
spoon.
Soup.
It's soup.
Yeah.
from 1885 says remarks on gumbo.
Well, no,
But
no,
you
no,
can't.
no,
You
wait,
can't.
wait.
You can't eat ramen with a spoon.
Yeah. I was just about.
Is ramen a soup?
No. Well, it's a soup noodle. Oh,
Is ramen a soup?
is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh!
This is a most excellent form of soup and is an economical way of using up the remains of any cold roasted chicken, turkey, game,
Yeah.
or other meats. Serve gumbo with plain boiled rice. So historically,
But
it was
funny
a soup, and
how-
who am I to
Many a family meal happens to be gumbo.
Yeah, for real.
argue with history? Now let's get to browning that flour, which does take a while. Now we only
Dude, we
need
need to put a
half
gumbo
cup of
on
the
the-
brown
on the
flour,
menu.
but you want to brown at least a full cup because much less than that, and it does have a tendency to burn. So
Oh, wait,
take your
pause.
cup or 120 grams of all-purpose flour and put it in an oven-safe pan and spread it evenly, and then set it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 205 Celsius, and cook for about 90 minutes to 2 hours. But every 15 or 20 minutes, you need to take it
Is
out
he
of the
going
oven.
by the rule of the old recipe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so we
that's
have to go along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stir up the flour a little bit and then put it back in. This will make it so it doesn't burn. Eventually, your flour should have the color of light brown sugar, and it is going to have a deep, sweet, nutty flavor, similar to some of the coffees that I get from today's sponsor, Trade. Just like gumbo has lots and lots of varieties, so too does coffee. And that is one of the things I love most about Trade, because you get to experience all sorts of different coffees, discovering new ones every month.
Trade is pretty dope.
Because they work with 55 local roasters.
What?
Oh, I thought you wanted to say. I don't know. You put your hands up.
No, go. I'm just waiting for him to
you
blink.
500 different coffees. All you do is take Trade's quick quiz, letting them know what your tastes are, and then they have a team of people who will personally match you with coffees that you are sure to love.
Yeah, more
and
like
each bag is roasted to
algorithm.
order every time. And if you don't like your first bag, they will replace it for free. And I just love that Trade is always sending me new coffees in addition to many of the coffees that I have grown to love. And right now, Trade is offering up to 40% off of your first order when you use my link in the description, drinktrade.com/MaxMiller. That is drinktrade.com/MaxMiller. That's me, Max Miller. And you will get up to 40% off of your first order. And now, with our brown flour all set, we can move
We're not
on
going to
to
make
the
friends and
rest of the
collaborations with people if we keep insulting
Yeah,
them.
I know. Yeah, no. Wait.
You know why? It's because he's so cute and handsome. So
Right.
we have to bring him down a notch.
Yeah. It's making he's making us look bad.
Oh, he's making us look
Yeah,
bad.
he's making us look terrible.
I'm making you look worse, but because I am the good looking, right?
Which you will need 1 pound or 450 grams of beef cut into about 1-inch pieces.
What kind of beef?
Some stew meat like short rib is perfect for this.
Perfect.
1 large ham knuckle cut
Yes!
into small pieces. 1 pound of peeled shrimp and or some crab legs. You can also use whole crabs if you want. It just kind of depends on what you want to eat. Then 4 dozen small okra pods, or 3 dozen if they're large. 1 large
4
yellow onion
dozen?
and 1 red bell pepper.
It's a lot. I mean, I'm super down with that, but that is a lot.
Oof.
Or 1 red hot pepper without the seeds. The recipe actually is not clear, and they used both the hot pepper without the seeds and red bell pepper in different recipes from this period, so it's not entirely
Don't
clear.
be a pussy. Use the hot
whichever
spicy
you
one with
want.
the seeds.
Now, the traditional vegetables used in today's gumbo is
I
often
guarantee you,
called the
I'm
Holy
gonna
Trinity,
blow fire.
and that is onion, red or green bell pepper. I usually see green now, actually, and celery. This recipe does not use celery. Now, partly it was because celery was oddly expensive in the 19th century. Like,
Why you
really
mean the celery be
People would
expensive?
actually
Why you
put it
mean,
out to
huh?
show. But it was also incredibly popular to eat. There are recipes in this book that do include celery, but none of the...
Isn't Cajun cooking, Creole cooking, whichever they call it, Trinity?
Trinité.
Right? Their mirepoix, basically, it's bell pepper, onion, and celery. Right? Yeah.
Because of
The gumbo
locality.
Right. Locality.
recipes have celery, so it maybe just wasn't really popular in gumbo at the time. Also,
Why would
let
you
me
put
know if you
celery
want me to
if
do
you
a
could
whole
put
video
peppers?
on the celery craze of the 19th century and just how celery got to be sometimes as expensive as caviar.
What?
Celery. Now the recipe has us start by browning the meat. So melt a couple of tablespoons of the lard in a large pot over high heat,
nice.
and once sizzling, add in about half the meat. If you have a really wide pot, you can do all the beef and pork at once, but you don't want to crowd the pot, so best to do it in a couple shifts. Let the meat cook for a minute or so, and then turn each piece, making sure you get a nice browning all over it. And it doesn't need to be fully cooked, we're just going to want some color on the outside. Then, because we are going to add browned flour, we need to remove the meat from the pot and add in the rest of the lard. Once it's really hot, then add the half cup of browned flour and whisk it together. Now we are not making a roux per se, we are just mixing the fat and the flour. It's kind of like a proto-roux, but we're not going to let it cook for a long period of time. Other recipes in the book do have you do that, this one does not. So just mix it together, let it cook for a minute, and then add the meat back in along with the onion, the okra, and the bell pepper, along with some salt. I'd say about 2 or 3
That's not 4 dozen okra.
teaspoons will be a good start. And then make sure to stir all of that.
Maybe the okra he used was very well. It looks
teeny
small.
tiny?
They're very thin. Yeah.
Okay, dokie.
Up together nice and well. And you'll notice that there is a slight deviation in what I'm doing versus what the recipe says to do, because the recipe actually says to add the shrimp and the crab right now. And I don't know if that's because that's
good
actually
move.
what they want you to do, or if it's just sloppy recipe writing. I think it's that, because if you add the shrimp and crab right now, it is going to cook for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And that will just leave you with lumps.
You can literally
It'll be like
finish
sand.
the recipe.
Yeah.
And you can add that and let it
Steep.
steam cook.
Yeah.
And that'll be perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Of rubber. It will be inedible.
No,
And
it'll 2
I don't
hours.
wanna
It'll be
do that,
beyond.
so I'm gonna wait
It'll
to add
turn to
those
rubber and then go to mush.
Yeah. Yep.
Closer to the end. For now, it's just the meat and the vegetables. And do not yet add any water, because if you do,
You
then
ever
all
bite
that
into a shrimp at a
mucilage-
Chinese restaurant and you know they overcooked it to the point where it is mush, and you're like, oh no.
That happens more at like buffets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, because it's steeping, right? It's
just fucking sitting there. Yeah. I don't like.
there's
The
nothing worse
okra
than
will
a
leak
mushy
out
shrimp.
into the water,
Ugh.
and it will make for a mucusy gumbo at the end. Very slimy.
Yeah, you're really
not
selling
pretty.
us on this.
But if you just let it cook without the liquid for a while, it kind of reabsorbs all of that stuff, and then it just acts as a thickener, which is what we want, but we don't get the slimy texture, which is not what we want. And the recipe says to just let it cook without the water for 20 minutes. Just make sure to give it a good stir every minute or so nothing burns to the bottom of the pot. Then after 20 minutes, you can add about 2 liters of hot water, more or less, and as soon as you do, stir it in and scrape the bottom of the pot to get off the fond that formed when you were browning the meat. Again, this is going to add some flavor, and we need all the flavor that we can get in this, because you'll notice there are no spices really added to this gumbo,
good
and
point.
most of the old recipes don't have any kind of spice or even herbs very often added. So as much
I was going to
flavor
say,
as we
I
can
don't
get
know
into
any
this-
ginger chefs, but I forgot about Bobby. He's like, I mean, he's a thinning red. He's a thinning ginger.
Well, you got the implants.
Oh, yeah, he got it?
Yeah,
I think it's
100%.
full again.
I mean, full enough.
Full enough.
Yeah.
Should I
Yeah, do it.
do it?
Do it.
Which hairs should I pick?
Because on your ass. Because if it comes out good, then maybe I do it.
You would look terrible with hair now.
Now? No, I look great. I
No,
always
your
good.
look is bald.
Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do it anyway. I like being bald.
Now let that gumbo come to a low boil and leave it to cook uncovered for 2 full hours, stirring frequently. Then as your gumbo boils in its gumbo pot, we can take a little trip down history lane to learn about the early origins of this most delicious dish.
Time for history.
When looking for the history of a dish, I always like to start with the origins of the name. Gumbo in this case. And there are 2 prevailing theories on where that word comes from. The first is that it came from the Choctaw word for the ground sassafras, or filet, that is used as a thickener. That word was combo. That's not very far off from gumbo. Now the second theory, which I find a little bit more convincing, comes from another thickening agent, and that would be the okra. In the Bantu languages, which were spoken by many of the enslaved people from Central Africa, their word for okra was ki'ngambo, or gumbo. Now I doubt there will ever be a definitive answer which one was correct, but I do think it's interesting that both theories come from 2 of the thickening agents used in this soup or stew. Now, the first time that
couldn't it be the coincidence of those 2 things sounding like that? That's the reason why?
Maybe because it was like a common language that they could. Right.
There you go.
Right.
See this word, gumbo, in reference to a dish comes from 1764 and kind of has a bit of a dark...
Man, now you got me paying attention to when he blinks. Fucked it up.
But he doesn't blink.
He doesn't blink often.
past. It is in the document describing the interrogation of a 50-year-old enslaved woman named Julia, also known as Comba. She was interrogated regarding her knowledge about a runaway slave named Louis, also known as Foy. And in the transcript, the questioner asks Comba if she had not given him, Louis, a gumbo with Caesar and another black woman. Now, unfortunately, while we get the word, we don't get any description of what she was putting into this dish, though you wouldn't expect that in that kind of document, of course. For that, we have to go a little while later to 1784, when a French journal on natural history describes the sassafras tree. In Louisiana, one also makes use of its leaves, which are gathered in July, dried in the shade and in open air, and then coarsely powdered. A pinch of this powder is enough to make a broth viscous. It is this dish that is called in America gumbo. However, one must distinguish this American stew from that which is called Gumbo fevi. The latter is made with the pods of a species of large mallow. All parts of this plant contain a viscous juice, and the pods, when green, make water even more glutinous than do the leaves of sassafras. The pods of this mallow are, of course, okra, and the author seems to have tried both versions of gumbo, and, well, the first time one eats these gumbos, one feels a strong repugnance because of this viscosity. But after having tasted it 2 or 3 times, the repugnance disappears, and one would then wish to eat it every day.
Shouldn't have to fight through your food. Oh, this is repugnant. Oh, it's repugnant. Hey, not bad.
The Creoles of Louisiana love it passionately. They cannot eat any other soup than that which they make with broth, pepper, sassafras, and maize or rice cooked in water. It must be admitted that this soup is much finer and much better tasting than all our bread soups. Gumbo is made with all kinds of meats, poultry, and fish.
What they mean by bread soups, they mean potato.
Oh, okay.
Because breadfruit was the original name for potato.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Breadfruit. I
Breadfruit.
had no idea. Okay.
It's also made with shrimp and crawfish. That made with cabbage is the least esteemed. So even as far back as 1784, over 240 years ago, there are already many variations on this
And again, potato,
dish.
again,
It had
another starch.
Yeah, another starch, yeah.
become as varied as the people that were making this dish. And that is one of the things that I really love about New Orleans. It is a true melting pot. In both the history, the architecture, the people, and the cuisine, there are influences from Native Americans, Africans, Caribbeans, the French, French-speaking Acadians, the Spanish, Germans, Italians, and just Americans in general. Now, some of these groups, like the Germans and the Italians, don't actually arrive in New Orleans until later in the mid and late 19th century. But as early as 1803, New Orleans and its cuisine and people are already very
Famous.
multicultural. On December 4th of that year, 1803, Pierre Clément de Lossac wrote about a ball he attended in New Orleans. He was the last French colonial governor of Louisiana, and in 1803 was in the midst of facilitating the handoff of the Louisiana Territory to the United States. And when he walks into this ball, he talks about how he hears all of these different languages, different American languages, as well as different dialects of French, different dialects of Spanish, and the dances themselves were just as varied. The guests danced boleros, gavottes, English dances, French and English quadrilles and galopades. In addition, hundreds ate, standing up here and there. As a local touch, 24 gumbos were served, 6 or 8 of which were sea turtle. Now, sea turtle is not so common in gumbos today, but back then, sure was popular.
I hear
It's so good.
I hear turtle soup's amazing.
Yeah, I used to. I heard my neighbor.
I've had turtle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Even here
that snapping turtle, the fuckers. Hate them.
fucking I went to Omakase and they did a fried turtle.
Yeah, turtle's so good.
Yeah.
It's like conch.
Yeah.
It's exactly like conch.
The fried turtle I had was, for lack of a better term, kind of like chicken.
Yeah.
What I love, though, is that even in 1803, gumbo had already become a metaphor for the cultural mix of Louisiana and New Orleans. Now, unfortunately, none of those 24 gumbo recipes seem to have survived, and that is partly because American cookbook writing was still very much in its infancy, but also because those recipes would have been made by enslaved people, and very few of their recipes got written down by them until after the Civil War.
Good point.
When their recipes did get written down, it was by the people for whom they were cooking those recipes. People like Mary
And they didn't cook. Right? So they're
Is
not
this Mary
gonna-
Randolph from
Randolph,
Randolph-Hearst?
who, while not from New Orleans, included one of the first gumbo recipes in her 1824 cookbook, The Virginia Housewife. It actually has 2 important recipes, the first being gums, a West India dish. This is okra stewed with salt and pepper and then served with butter. Now, it's not a stew, but it does make the connection between the word gumbo, or gums, and okra. But she does have a second recipe that is basically for a stew that is gumbo, but she doesn't call that gumbo. She calls that okra soup. And it includes pork and fowl, veal knuckle, and then also lima beans and squash. Then it also calls for it to be thickened with a butter mixed with flour. That is a sort of roux. So this is not really the gumbo that New Orleans would have been known for, but it does seem that similar dishes were being eaten all over the South at the time. Now, to get that New Orleans connection, we actually have to go to Philadelphia, of all places. There, in 1840, Miss Eliza Leslie included 2 recipes for gumbo
Again,
in her cookbook.
another port city.
Right?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah. Good point.
These both included okra and tomatoes, or she called them tomatoes, and then one had beef and the other had no meat, a green gumbo meant for Lent. But she does say of both
If you think
types,
about it, all the food capitals, there's only one that happens to be the main one because it's the oldest. But most food capitals are port cities all across the planet.
Right.
Think of it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
Even in California,
complete sense.
you have San Francisco,
Right.
right? You have New Orleans, you have New York, you
Yeah.
have Boston, Chicago.
Yeah.
They're all port cities,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. I'm going through a really bad sugar crash right now.
You are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm fading right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up,
that it
motherfucker.
should be like a jelly, and is a favorite New Orleans dish. A few years later, in 1847, the Carolina housewife included another recipe for New Orleans gumbo, but this time it did not include okra. Instead, it called for turkey, beef, and oysters cooked with onion, and then seasoned to your taste, and just before taking up the soup, stir in, until it becomes mucilaginous, 2 teaspoons of pulverized sassafras leaves.
Well,
So
that
it's clear
just goes to your point, filet or sassafras and cornstarch, they thicken in a similar way.
that by then both methods of thickening were around, as well as an early version of the third, that is, the roux. Now, most of the recipes of the 19th century don't really talk about making a roux, but rather just mixing fat and flour, but then you don't cook it for a long time like a roux is supposed to be done, until you get to the cookbook that we're cooking from today, 1885, where in one of the 9 recipes for gumbo, it does describe making a roux. It's in the recipe for gumbo filet with oyster number 2, and it says, fry a tablespoon of flour in a tablespoonful of lard. Let it brown slowly so as not to scorch. But really, roux does not become super common in gumbos until the 20th century. But then and now, it's very, very standard in most recipes that I've seen, and very often it is cooked so long that it becomes super dark, especially in the Cajun style, even black, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yep.
Also,
we've mentioned this in a past video, though. The more you cook the roux, the darker it gets, the more flavor, but the less thickening power. So,
But then you need more
but then and it's even more flavorful.
and more dark.
And guess what's in roux? Butter. So then you're putting in more butter.
little side note about the book that we're working from today, La Cuisine Creole, and the man who compiled it. He didn't actually write the recipes, he just gathered them. He was a fascinating fellow. His name was Patrick Lafcadio Hearn, and he was actually born on the Greek island of Lefkada before moving to Ireland, where his father was from. Later, he was abandoned by his family and sent to America, and after some hard times in Cincinnati, he became a reporter. Well, after the Civil War, he became one of the first people to write a lot about the life of the formerly enslaved people, and he went around the area gathering lyrics to the songs that they sang, preserving them for posterity because many of them had never been written down. He basically did the same thing when then he went to New Orleans, but instead of song lyrics, he did it with recipes and other bits of New Orleans history that was starting to be lost. Then later in life, he moved to Japan, became a Buddhist, and studied jujutsu until he died at 54. Just a really interesting guy, I think. As for his gumbo recipes, they are missing one
Greek, Irish, Cincinnati, Nolans, and then Japanese.
That has since become very popular in many gumbos, and that is sausage. Now, there are questions to where exactly the sausage in gumbo came from, but many people believe
You don't
that
want
it
to
started
know
with
where the
the Germans
sausage
when they came
was
in
made.
the 1850s, because they did bring a lot of sausage making to New Orleans, but both Spanish and French sausages did already exist in New Orleans as well. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of evidence of them going into gumbo, and the first time that we do see sausage put into gumbo,
I put the
doesn't
saucisson
really-
in my gumbo. It's gonna be good. Yeah, let me put my saucisson in there.
specify a type.
I think I'm understanding how you do it. You put in a little bit of exaggerated French with a little southern drawl to it.
Today, it is very often andouille sausage, which is absolutely
Andouille,
wonderful, and that is actually my favorite part of gumbos. Unfortunately, it is not in the one that I'm making today. It is in the ones that I had in New Orleans. Loved it.
Wait, we gotta watch
Not the
this
one I'm making
motherfucker
today,
make
so
it?
I will
Okay, this episode's too long.
A little long. A little
have to
long.
content myself with other things that I love, like the crab and the shrimp. And now, after 2 hours of simmering, you can add
that looks
those shrimp
good.
and crab into the pot, along with any more salt that you might need. Stir it all in and let it cook for 5 to 7 minutes,
looks
or just
banging.
until the shrimp have curled up nicely.
Beautiful. That's
and then
it.
it is ready to serve with
That's
some
it.
Carolina rice.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are. New Orleans gumbo
I
from
want that. I
want that.
1885. I'm starting with a shrimp.
Yep,
Now,
I would too.
The look is right, but it is not nearly as dark as a Cajun style. Those are really, really dark brown gumbos, and that's very often actually what I got in New Orleans, but smells good.
Yes, baby.
Oh my God. I'm shocked at how much flavor.
Yeah, because he mentioned earlier he didn't put any spices, any fresh herbs, you know? That's the magic of low and slow and butter.
Butter.
And butter, that's it.
Where's it coming from? Okay, that is fantastic. Let me get some meat and rice here.
At the end of the day, these were poor dishes, so you made the most
Out of very little.
And flour, there's nothing cheaper than flour.
Yeah, and you know what's another aspect of it? All those vegetables he put in there are very, very flavorful, especially if you cook them down and remove the water content out of it, like for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like that's really upping the flavor profile.
It's history and food, man.
Mm.
I love New Orleans.
I gotta go.
We gotta go.
I gotta go.
We gotta
Yes.
go.
We gotta go.
Both the people, the architecture, the
let's
culture,
let this guy
the
go.
amount of
Okay.
music
we
that's
let this
going
guy
on, and the food.
Whew. Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
Can you do that accent one more time?
Oh, I do this for you, my mommy. We going to be sous vide. Just throw cooking terms as in a Cajun. Oh, sauté, bouillon. I guarantee. Come on, dude.
Oh my fucking god! Oh, thank you, Frenchy. Well,
Nobody's requested my Joe Pesci.
not in a while. Do it. Give it to us.
You motherfucker. That's my favorite.
Now Cajun.
Oh! Wait, let's do a Cajun. Let's do a Cajun. Let's do a Cajun
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Oh, I go oh, yo, muddy fucker.
Oh
Okay.
fuck! Holy shit! Oh. I guarantee. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
You do it to me every time now.
Okay. South Korea wins the 2026 Bread World Cup.
Oh,
Yeah, shout out to my Koreans. My Korea. I can't do it.
Yeah, but you can't eat that bread. Those are crackers.
Who cares? They won. They won. That's all that matters. Maybe you can. Maybe it is nice and fluffy and soft. Who knows?
Is it based on artistry and not like?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, look at all that
Fuck.
bread.
Jesus Christ. That Lego bread?
Yeah.
That's Lego bread.
Well, that's a mold, right? That's a Pullman.
Yeah. Look at that. Looks good. I like this. All right, moving on. Oh yeah, dude, check this out. Philippines mayor escapes RPG attack on his Toyota SUV. Assassins lay in wait for, that dude. Wow.
Did he survive? What fucking car is that? I need that car.
But managed to shrug off the blast before speeding away. Wow. Holy shit. That was, clearly an armored car.
What's going on in the Philippines that they have?
They've always had a lot of civil unrest over there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know the exact
But the
specifics,
Filipinos
but
are so kind.
I know they're so nice. So nice.
This is my first time ever seeing an angry Filipino.
How come the
What? I'm Bobby Ma.
How come the Filipino banana called out of work?
What? Wait, say it. What?
Why did the Filipino banana call out of work?
Filipino, but
Yeah, why did the Filipino banana call out of work?
No, why?
Because he wasn't peeling well. Wasn't peeling well.
Oh. I'm Bobby Ma.
Cajun accent.
Cajun accent.
Oh,
Whoa! Who's this?
Clearly, you see what's on my algorithm. Okay, moving on. Oh, fuck. Catherine O'Hara, rest in peace. Well, this is hitting me a little bit because I just finished watching recently Home Alone with Little Sal.
Oh, she was the mom of a generation.
Yeah, she was a mom of a generation. And
A bad mom.
yeah, I know, fucking terrible mom. You're right. Oh, okay.
But she was also in Beetlejuice.
In Beetlejuice, she was in.
She was the mom.
She was the mom in Beetlejuice. She also had another pretty.
Was Schitt's Creek? Wasn't she? in
Schitt's Creek, but there was another role she played.
She's always herself, though.
Yeah. I can't recall. There was another role she did. I can't recall right. Anyway, Frenchy clips. Frenchy clips. Do the accent.
No.
Cajun accent.
No.
For me.
No.
I want to laugh.
I'm over it.
I'm not over it.
I'm over
Oh God. I haven't laughed.
Doses. It's called doses.
My abs hurt right now.
Doses.
Okay, well, let's check this out. Let's sing.
Wait, there's an app that teaches you how to sing?
Yeah.
I need
So it's
this.
like a game.
Oh, I want this.
Yeah.
I want to better my singing talent. You know, I sing to Evie every night before going to bed.
Really?
Yeah. 5 songs. She needs 5 songs.
5 songs.
5
Good
songs.
God. You're.
But they're short.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Right.
I do short versions, but 5 distinct songs.
Mm.
And she likes the French one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're a good dad. I couldn't do 5 songs. I'd sing one and
And I have
I'd be
to
like,
read
go to sleep.
2 books and 5 songs.
Good God. Goodness.
Yeah, but I'm loving it.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Bad dad. Good dad.
I'm a good dad.
Bad dad. Good dad. Anyway.
Oh, they're getting higher.
Look at his face. Oh man.
But that teaches you
Yeah.
because I never knew how to recognize the.
Right. You were just born talented.
I was.
Yeah.
I used to know how to read music, and I don't anymore.
Yeah. I never learned how to read music.
I think I should. Oh, my music teacher, Monsieur Lombroso.
Next. Let's watch some people fall.
Fall. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Oh, that hurts. Oh. I'm done. Oh. My face. Oh. Actually, he saved himself. Don't slip.
Shit. Oh, shit. Damn, you good, gang?
Oh. I can't breathe. Yeah, I can't watch kids getting hurt.
Yeah. I didn't like that last one. Okay, next. What's this? Dogs. Oh, dogs sent by Ani Mango on IG. Okay. Why is this called dogs? Oh, I don't know why. Yeah, this guy on IG specifically sent me this and asked me to show it to you. It's the corn dogs made with peas. Oh, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we leave you on today's episode. Hey, we're together.
Not for long.
I'm Chef Frights, not your typical chef.
Frenchy.
And we'll see you real soon. Say bye to the wine can.